Everybody, welcome back. We're talking some theory here and planning, mainly related to Dark Dimension, but the truth is the crux of what we're talking about here is properly planning for how you want to build teams in this game, whether it's for Dark Dimension, whether it's for war, whether it's for raids. You got to properly plan because, let's be real, there's not enough gear in this game for you to level up whatever you want. So if you start kind of strafing off everywhere and just kind of doing all kinds of random stuff like needing to do a blitz timer, well, then, you know, you're going to not have much of anything. You're going to have a bunch of little random pieces and parts that aren't going to work well for the game. So we're going to review that a little bit. We're going to see is Silver Surfer going to be good in Dark Dimension? There's something we're going to look at real briefly here. And like I said, we're going to do some stuff. Shout out to Vron Diaz. For the tool we put together for Dark Dimension 4, we're going to look at that as kind of the foundation of some of this as well. So anybody who's new to the channel, check the Discord link in the description below, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff if you want to check out the videos in the future. We typically try to do efficiency type stuff, helpful stuff. If you come to the Discord, most of the people there are trying to help you out. Just ask some questions and we'll see if we can get you kind of pointed in a direction that might be most helpful for you. So as always, we got links in the description below for our sponsors as well, with the Amazon coins and the weight loss, both worthwhile things for 20% off of your deals or in game with Amazon. And if you want to lose weight, obviously that helps. So anyway, let's go check out some of this stuff in this theory crafting stuff.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so I want to do a shout out to I'm going to say this wrong, with Joza for sending me some of these videos. For he actually brought Silver Surfer in to Dark Dimension 4. And really the thing to pull from these, I'm just going to talk a little bit as you're seeing it. He's not going to last very long in this, or let me say that differently. They're not going to do a whole bunch of damage. This is node 7. The start of this node is a bit problematic, but you'll see the thing to take away from this is that Silver Surfer lasts decently. Now, again, it of course depends who they're tagged. You got Thanos doing some stuff over here, taking some taunts, but I do like that even at low levels, you will find that Silver Surfer can, one, put out some damage. That was a 61k hit, not too bad, and he can survive a bit. So I like seeing that. Anytime you're putting it, this is actually his third attack in here. He's got some other ones where you could kind of go through, and this is a 490k team where you kind of see it get in through here, where again Silver Surfer is lasting at least through the fight. I think in each one of these he ends up being the last one alive, so I like seeing that. It's pretty good, and this is not the indication of whether you should bring Silver Surfer or not. I'm gonna have something else I'm gonna show you in a second, but I did like seeing this, and I wanted to give him a shout out for bringing him in here and bringing him up a bit. I've got an alliance mate, Abba, who actually brought him up for Cosmic as well, and it changed the ability that he had to get through node 8 and start node 9. So I was pretty impressed with what he had there, and I really liked what he saw. So as this plays, you can kind of check here off to the side. So this was Abba on node 8 in Cosmic, and you can see once, you know, he was just butting along here and he's just doing okay, but then he brought Silver Surfer in. Again, it's 5, but he finished the node and got, you know, 16.27 million with that group. Like, all right, that's pretty darn good. I'm like, yeah, but node 9, the next one, it's like, well, how'd you do there? It was like, all right, well, the first attack was 11.94 mil. Second one was 3.27 mil. So I was like, again, not too bad. Now, I wanted to see how that strike stacked up to what I did. So these are my first two attacks on node 9. The first one was 507k, and the second one was 4. So my second one was not too bad, but you can see that my first 5 attempts here. Now, I don't have Minerva, so that's a big difference too, but still, it is, I mean, my attacks here, you can see off to the side, not very high. I mean, they're pretty low. So I do want to give some credence to, if you're thinking about bringing in Surfer to Dark Dimension, I think he's solid. So now let's actually talk about the part I really want to deeply talk about here. And what that is you're bringing characters to Dark Dimension 5 or gear planning. So Punk and I put together this document, this infographic where you can kind of just see you know, how much each character costs with the gear tier 15 uniques. So at the top here, you can see all these different uniques that you've got. We've got them sorted into categories. So we use this to kind of get through things, but the tool that I really like here is this Rondius one. Now this is for Dark Dimension 4. Right, so what you can go through here is you enter all your gear. It's got all these different sections. It's really nice. Now, you can use a tool like Mantis where it automatically sorts through things as you click things and da-da-da-da-da. I haven't put that in there. I know there's some concerns that people have. Not necessarily promote it, but it is a good tool that I think a lot of people really love. But if you don't want to do that, you can manually input what your currents are in here and select who you want to bring. And really kind of theory craft in here and see what you need so that, you know, right now I'm on Cosmic, as I mentioned. And then up over here, I'm thinking about what do I want to do for City? I've already got Anti-Venom. I've got Symbiote Spider-Man. You know, it's like, well, then I'm thinking about Scream and Punisher. Okay. You know, maybe I could do that. What does it need? If I look down here, I'm like, all right, well, if I bring Scream, that means I still need a ton more bio stuff. The only reason, and the truth, actually, if I take off Invisible Woman here, let's just take her off so you can see what I need for just Scream. Oh, wait, the wrong character there. How about we actually take off the right character? Invisible Woman, I don't need as much. So I only need 17 hyperphages, or whatever they're called, to actually get my city ready. Because Punisher, now again, he's only a gear tier 12 and not level 80. So I need to really think that through. I'd more likely probably do like a Merc Lieutenant situation here. Bring him up. I know he's level 14 and 80 already. So it's like, all right. And I don't need a ton of tech. You know, I'll probably get that for what I need for Doc Ock. But again, that kind of screws me up for if I want Invisible Woman, which I kind of want to have there. So anyway, the point of this is that whether this is Dark Dimension or you're planning for Doom Raid, if you want to start playing around with the gear that you need, you can start putting this in here. What I've started to do with this is that I know I've got Doom. I know I got Silver Surfer out there, who I just talked about. I'm like, man, even though I'm almost done with Cosmic, you know, I could use Silver Surfer on Doom raids. That'd be helpful. You know, I could put him in war stuff. I could use him on my second run here. Granted, you know, I also want to bring Doom on my second run. So it's like, all right. So I added this little section at the bottom here where I was just looking at, you know, some characters I wanted to bring up, because and I said this in another video, is you got to plan this properly. And Goofy said this in a video, don't rush. You really got to think about yourself. So I started thinking about these characters I wanted. I'm like, well, let's look at Doom first. So I put in all the different stuff that I'd need for Doom here. And I'm like, all right, so that's what I need for Doom. And this would be how much I had left. And then Silver Surfer came in the game. I'm like, all right, now I need to look at this. So I'm looking at Silver Surfer. This is all the stuff he needs. And if I take out what I have left from Doom, so I take these, you know, subtracting what I have there, and it shows me what I have left. And I start looking at, all right, I really need to focus on these arcane powders, even after the stuff for Dark Dimension 4. All right, so this really helps you, you know, think about what you want to do with characters, because as you can quickly see, I mean, SBCs, I get down to having 5,000 extra left. All right. And if you go to any sort of, let's go check out MSF.gg and see, or actually we can do this on Discord. We're going to look on Discord and see how much does 5,000 SBCs get you. All right. So I know I want Shatterstar up, right? So I'm going to put Shatterstar in here, Shatterstar, and I'm just going to say, was it 50? So I'm just going to say 14. All right. So did I forget? Oh, gear. Might want to do the right thing. So lesson learned here, the MSF, you got to make sure you're doing the right things here, right? So gear, Shatterstar 14. All right. And then the awesome MSF.gg bot comes up and pops this thing up. And so it shows me I need 2,220 SBCs to get them there. I'm like, oh, wow. All right. So I can basically bring one character up, two characters up. Let's like, well, you know what? I might want them actually at 15. So let's not just go to 14. Let's go to 15. Shatterstar 15. All right. And so we'll get this pop up here, and it's still, that's interesting. It says 2,220 again, which is kind of like, so does that mean you not need any SBCs? Oh, that's interesting. So the bots, I said 14 here, but it took it to 15. So in looking at 15, you can actually see here that, and actually let's do this. So let's go to, there's a few different ways you can look at this. Gear, Shatterstar. Let's do 12 to 14. I think it's 12, 14. The right way to do it. There we go. So to get through 14, it is 1,140. So then it's the 2,000. So I can get a character 2 characters basically up to gear tier 15 with just those SBCs. Say Jubilee is the other one, right? Gear Jubilee 15. And it brings up this sweet graphic, and it's like, all right, she's another 2,220. So I can basically bring 2 characters up to gear tier 15. So jumping back to this document, that's where I'm looking at. I'm like, oh, wow. All right, so I'm barely being able to bring, I can do all my gear tier, you know, all my Dark Dimension characters. I can do Doom, I can do Silver Surfer, and 2 more characters. Again, you get some gear from Dark Dimension 4, but depending what that gear is, if it's specific for a certain tune, you might not get what you want. So it's really important to use tools like what Vrondia's put in here. You need to make up tools that, you know, you put kind of at the bottom here where you're factoring in other characters you want to bring up, because if you start willy-nilly, well, I want to bring this character to 13. I want to bring this character to 14. I want to bring that character to 14. This character to 14. You're really going to short yourself later, because you're not going to have what you need for a character like Silver Surfer, like X Factor, the full X Factor team when they come about. So unless you're going to drop a bunch of money, you really got to think through this. So Silver Surfer seems to be like he's a good Dark Dimension tune. Make sure to use this Vrondius's tool that's out there. I'll put a link in the description below. It's on. It's all over the place. Honestly, it's a great tool that I think a lot of people should be using to make sure to plan and expand on this a little bit, so that you're really looking at stuff like, and it's simple formulas where you could do VLOOKUPs or lookups to find the amount that you've got currently and subtract what you've got with Doom and figure out what you got left over. It's not complicated formulas. You can throw them in there and kind of really think about what you want to do with these other characters. So anyway, I wanted to shoot a quick video on that. I hope this helps you guys plan a little better, or at least thinks about planning a little bit better. Like I mentioned, there's a Discord link in the description below. Hammer down on the like button, click that notification bell, subscription button, all that kind of good stuff. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.